Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Christine Hall, and I'm your facilitator this evening for the ChatGPT Basics AI training for beginners. In tonight's presentation, it's more than a presentation. As I stated earlier, it's actually a training hands-on session where you're going to learn about ChatGPT's interface. You're going to learn how to ask ChatGPT for information called prompting. We're going to show you a bunch of demonstrations for creating social media posts, bios, emails, letters, video scripts, and more. And when I say demonstrations, I'm hoping that you actually will have that second screen to be able to work right alongside with me or with us. And then if not, you'll be able to come back to this with the recording. In today's session, I also want to talk about image uploads, data summaries, and overall strategies for streamlining your work, in particular content creation. So this course is really perfect for anyone who's looking to boost their productivity and creativity with AI. I'll let you know that I'm a social media manager as well as being a social media trainer. And one of the things that ChatGPT has allowed me to do is really increase my productivity, get my work done so much faster. And when today you learn how to do prompts, you're going to see how it will help you as well. Now, I think there's only maybe one or two of you in the room that I haven't met in person before this evening. I think Kimberly and Ranga, we have not met before tonight. I don't think anyway, Kimberly. Have we ever met in person?
No.
No. Yeah. Okay. Well, welcome. Hi.
No.
So my name is Christine Hall, and as I said earlier,
Hi.
social media manager and a social media trainer. I am the owner of the MAWB Network, as well as the founder and president of the 100 Women Who Care Mississauga chapter. My most favorite job, though, is proud mom. You heard me say earlier, if you're on with us, 3 teens, love them to bits and pieces, and I am the momager of their lawn care business. They do lawn care in the summer, and they do snow shoveling in the winter. So we have a lot of fun with that. I also like to say I'm a cheerleader of the underdog. No one gets left behind. That's my motto in business and and in life. My kids know that very well here too. So the courses that I teach besides ChatGPT are Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Canva, MailChimp, all of the Google Suite like Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Forms, Google Slides, Gmail, calendaring, things like that. I did start my career off as a trainer back in my mid-20s, so almost 25 years ago. And I taught Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, Visio. I taught in the corporate world, and I traveled around, nowhere glamorous, the GTA, and taught at corporations' offices, boardrooms, things like that. So just show you some of my logos. Christine Hall and Associates is the overall umbrella of my company. Under that is the MAWB Network, which is a networking group for business women in the Greater Toronto area. And then, of course, the 100 Women logo that you see there. 100 Women, just so you know, is a global movement. So I run this community group. There are over 700 chapters worldwide, and I'm delighted to say that we just celebrated our 4th anniversary with the Mississauga chapter, and we have now collectively donated in 13 one-hour meetings over $160,000 to local Mississauga charities. It's been very rewarding. All right, that's a little bit about me for those who didn't know. Now I'm just going to share our agenda for this evening. We'll talk about like what is ChatGPT, how does it work, and we're just going to touch on it at a high level because I actually want you to see how it works by you doing and completing activities and exercises. We'll talk about ways that you can use ChatGPT. Today you're going to see at minimum 8 different ways of using it, but you're going to hear lots of examples about how I'm using it in a variety of different ways as well. And I'm sure that there's people in this room tonight, this virtual room, who've been using it, playing around with it. And at any time, you can share how you're using it as well, because it may inspire others here. We'll talk about cautions and concerns for using AI tools and focus on prompting instructions. And then I'm going to give you a whole bunch of tips on how to create better prompts. The better the prompt, the better the response. Okay. And one thing, high level thing or important thing that's missing here is we're going to talk about how to train your ChatGPT. I'll tell you later that ChatGPT is your office assistant. And you can even give your office assistant a name. Some people call theirs Andy, Betty, Bob. Mine's just Chatty. And we have a really great relationship. We work together every single day. So we'll talk about prompting and then working with the responses. And then at any time, if you have any questions, you just feel free to ask. You can put them in the chat box and I'll go through there every once in a while, or you can put your hand up. This is a very interactive, engaging kind of format for training. So I have a bunch of slides I'm going to walk through first. I want to go through these really quickly because I really want to get into the hands-on stuff. I will send you this slide deck when we're done. So you don't have to worry about taking notes, but if that's your style to take notes, please do that. I sometimes see people taking pictures of the screens. If you want to do that, you can, but I will send you a PDF of this file when we're done. So what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is an online or an AI, language model. It was created by OpenAI. It can understand and generate human-like text, which means you can chat with it, ask it questions, get advice, brainstorm ideas, just like you would if you were sitting across the table from someone in your office or at home. And you can think of it as a really smart assistant that can help you do a wide range of tasks just by, again, having a conversation. I don't want anyone to be afraid of the prompting rules and suggestions I give you later. I really just want you to have a conversation with your ChatGPT. So now I'm going to explain just very quickly how it works. So ChatGPT is an advanced language model created by OpenAI that generates responses by predicting the best words to follow based on patterns it has learned. Okay, and here's a little bit more in detail of how that kind of comes together. So there's something called a training database, and ChatGPT was trained on this database. It has a large data set of information from text, from books, from websites, and other sources. And this data helps it learn how words and sentences are commonly put together in natural language. Again, conversational language. So there's something called pattern recognition that it uses. So when you type in a question or a statement, ChatGPT will analyze the words in their order, and it uses something called transformer architecture, which allows it to look at the relationships between the words in your input and then capturing the context and the meaning of those words. And it does it so fast, so fast. And then what it does is it predicts the next words, or it predicts the response, okay, based on the data, the millions and millions and millions of pieces of data in that database. So it doesn't really know things in the human sense, but it's learned based on patterns. So it can predict responses that are likely to make sense based on what it's seen before, what it's captured in the training database. I just want to let you know the default setting when you create your ChatGPT account is that all of your information that you input and all of the responses are actually stored or saved into the training database. So I will teach you tonight how you can turn that off, meaning your input and the responses will not be saved to train other people. Okay. Some people have concerns about putting the information out there, but you can turn it off. I will say that you should not put any proprietary information into ChatGPT. Okay, so now I'll talk about number 4, which is the output generation. What ChatGPT does next is it assembles the response one word at a time based on these predictions to create the complete answer. Again, that feels conversational and relevant. Now, I want to point out, while ChatGPT is very powerful, it doesn't have a real understanding. It doesn't have emotions. It's simply very good at mimicking human language based on its training data. I think you're going to be a little bit surprised as we go through today with these exercises, with the responses you get. Not necessarily the output, but how it says, "Oh, and Kathleen, would you like anything else with that?" "Oh, may I produce a graphic for you?" It's very friendly, very positive, and ChatGPT will be very encouraging of you. So here are just some of the ways that you can use ChatGPT in your business or in your life. So social media, number one, social media content ideas for posts, for captions, for stories, call to actions, hashtags, okay? Tips and trends. So if you're looking to share the latest trends from your industry, any kind of client communication can draft messages and responses to inquiries. It can be a text form, text response, emails, whatever you need it to do. Sometimes when I get really tired at the end of the day and I see that people have commented on some of my posts, I don't want to just drop a smiley face or go, "That's cool." I want to say something intelligent, but my brain's sore. So I actually put it all into ChatGPT and say, "Here's what I posted. Here's what Kathleen said. Create a response for me." And it creates the loveliest responses so that I can copy and paste those and sound like I still am intelligent by the end of the day after everything that's done. You're going to be surprised how much you can use it for. So what else? Marketing strategies. You can write sales copy, campaigns and ads, product descriptions. It can help you create compelling descriptions to attract customers. Event planning. It can help you plan and organize parties or workshops, trainings, webinars, anything like that. In fact, some of my courses, when I wanted to upgrade them or come up with a version 2 or 3, I've uploaded what I have and asked ChatGPT to give me a fresh new outline, and put in a few parameters, and it creates an outline for you. You can tell it how long you want it, how many modules you want it, and especially who it is designed for. So it's been really great at helping me save so much time. Content calendar, plan and organize your social media posts or blogs, customer engagement, especially things like interactive polls, quizzes, and questions. I think one of the things that y'all know is, it used to be in social media that we could just put a post out there and then get engagement and get reaction, but we have to do so much more now to get engagement from our posts. And it's really important that we remember when we're on social media, it is social. And so we have to not just put information out there, but we have to ask questions. And I love that. ChatGPT can help with coming up with engaging content that is just not one way, me telling information, but me creating or eliciting conversations. Email campaigns. It can help you draft newsletters, promotions, or follow-ups. Idea generation, help you brainstorm ideas for new product lines or creative concepts to help you expand your brand. Again, just a teeny tiny little bit. Teeny tiny little bit. A few more examples: SEO, optimized content, persona development, competitive analysis, audience analysis, sales funnel content, automated chat responses, content repurposing, personalized sales follow-ups, targeted ads, analytics interpretation, visual concept generation, internal training materials, press releases, data-driven insights, and so much more. So this course that I've designed is really about using ChatGPT in your business. But I can tell you that I've used it so many times in my personal life as well, whether that's meal planning, event planning for kids' parties, or it is creating itineraries for travel, or analyzing my tax information. I've used it for so much, other than just business itself. All right, I'm just going to pop on to the next section, which is cautions and concerns. So it's important that you understand that Chat GPT can make mistakes. So it's not 100% accurate. You might need to do some fact checking with the responses you get. I also said earlier that it doesn't really understand context, but what it's doing is it's seeing patterns and words in the language. And so it feels like it understands, but it may not always understand what you're trying to say or the response that you want. Privacy and security concerns. Again, I did mention that your data by default will get uploaded to the training database. I'll show you how to turn that off, but you should be aware of that. Bias in responses. The biggest bias that I think I've seen with ChatGPT is that it's always positive and encouraging. And so sometimes what you need to do is you need to tell it to challenge you. I need you to not be so positive and tell me how I can make this better. Miscommunication risks. Yep, if it doesn't understand your prompts, then it may give you misguided results in the responses. AI generated content might not fully capture your unique voice or brand. It may not. That is true. But one of the first things that we're going to do today is we're going to teach it or we're going to train it about who we are, what we do, our products or services, our offerings. So those 12 or whatever it was, 13 questions that I sent you, hopefully you had a chance to actually fill in the responses, even in just bullet format is fine, bullet points. That's going to help it learn about us. And I'm going to show you some other ways that you can teach it and train it about you and your unique voice and the brand. Ethical concerns. Yep, there's a lot of people who still feel like AI content can't be trusted. It's not the proper way to go about doing things, and so on and so forth. So, that's out there. Some people don't like it. But since I've been using it for almost 2 years now, I think that people are seeing it's not going anywhere, and that it's better to embrace it and learn about its limitations and the positive things that it can do to help you. Lack of human touch. Yeah, if you're just putting in basic questions without some parameters around your prompts, it can feel like robotic. But I'm going to teach you today some prompts, some elements to add to your prompts to help reduce that. Updates and limitations. So when I first started using this back in 2021, the database was actually only updated to September of 2021. So that's if I asked it what's happening in September, it would only tell me what was happening until 2021. Now it's actually updated much more regularly, even the free version. So don't really need to worry about that too much. I'm also going to teach you how you can turn on, even with the free version, how you can turn on the search function where it will actually go out and search the web. So it'll be looking for very up-to-date content in the minute type of thing. Lastly, this last point is dependence on AI may limit your own creativity or critical thinking. Yep, it's true. It could certainly do that. In fact, there's a MIT study that came out recently that was just talking about how our dependence on these tools is reducing our thought processes and kind of pushing through to find answers. Just leave it up to chat to do it. So you're aware of these limitations, these concerns, and these cautions, and you're going to use those or keep them in mind when you move forward. Okay, here we go. Now let's talk about prompting. This is the key to getting great results. So what is a prompt? Well, it's simply a question or a statement that you ask or enter into ChatGPT to get a response. It guides the AI on what you want to know or what you want to discuss. And it typically consists of text in the form of questions, commands, or specific instructions designed to elicit that desired outcome or output that you're looking for. Okay. So here are just some very straightforward examples of AI prompts. Something that I would call an informational prompt. Explain the concept of gravitational waves in simple terms. You could simply put that in and it would spit out a response for you in seconds. Creative. Write a story about a time traveler who gets stuck in the past. Okay, write a story. You could even tell it more. The main character should be this person and he should look like this and act like this, so on and so forth. But just a basic, it's going to give you a response. Instructional type of prompts. Provide a step-by-step guide to XYZ. I have here creating a budget. Next example, a structured request. Generate 3 Instagram post ideas for a bakery targeting millennials. So you can see this fourth example. There was a lot more parameters there. A lot more. I told it 3. I told it what kind of post, Instagram, and for the bakery, but also the audience. So the more information we can put into our prompts, the better the response will be. Okay. Now, here are just some elements that you can add to the prompt. So one of the things that you can do is you can tell you can state in the prompt statement, um, it should be acting like what kind of expert. Okay. And we call this adopt a persona or role. So if you're asking it to create social media posts for you, you could say, act as a social media expert, act as an winning digital content creator. Okay. You can tell it the role it should take when it's creating the response. And of course, you're always going to have that main thing, which is the task, the topic, or the question, that main subject or query. And then you can add in additional details to help it narrow down or really focus on the type of output you're looking for. And lastly, or not lastly, but in the fourth point I have is the tone and style. You always want to make sure that you're telling it how to write that output. Formal, casual, creative, funny, humorous, authentic. How do you want that to be written? A lot of that depends on, who you are and how you would normally, the style and tone you would normally communicate in, but also could be very circumstantial. And then you're going to tell it the kind of output you want. Do you want it in sentence structure, bullet points? Do you want it in a table, in a column, in a list? Do you want it created for LinkedIn, Instagram? Is it for YouTube? Whenever you put in these parameters, you get better, more succinct and clear output. So I just want to give you a few more examples of persona, task, and tone and style, just to give you ideas of how you can write your prompts. So I did this a special class for a group of what do they call them? Styling consultation coaches, image consultants. Oh my gosh, it's right there. So here's just an example. Act as an image consultant, act as a personal style coach, act as a color analysis expert. You can see all the different examples. Act as a professional copywriter, act as a video script producer. I'm just going to move to the next slide for a second, because then I also did a class just for financial advisors. So I wrote a bunch of examples in that case. Act as a financial advisor, a wealth coach, a financial planning coach, an investment risk profile specialist, and so on and so forth. So depending on the output or your role, you are going to tell it to act as that type of expert. Okay. And then we have our task. What is it you want it to do? Is it social media posts? Is it a blog, email, letters? Is it text you want it to write? Do you want it to create you a list? Is this a DM? Or are we going to go a little more sophisticated? Do you need an agreement? Do you need a contract even? I've done both of these. I've created agreements and contracts using ChatGPT. Or maybe it's an invitation to your webinar, your course, your upcoming open house, or maybe it's a party for someone's 50th. Okay. Other task ideas, FAQ creation, product description, video scripts, workshop outlines, presentation slides, customer support replies, survey questions, bios, job posting, welcome messages. Under this task list, as business owners, is there anything that you go, oh yeah, I've been wanting to do that. Oh yeah, I need to do that. Oh, I could really use some help with that. Oh, I never thought I could use ChatGPT for that. Have any of those ideas come to your brain as I've just been reading these out? Anybody seeing any light bulbs go off? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay. Yeah. Awesome. And then thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Christine,
Yeah,
Christine, may I ask a question?
absolutely.
Sorry, I wasn't sure. So, and maybe you're going to get to this, and I was just reading Carolyn's chat, and I'm kind of in a similar space. So what if you own, like you said at the beginning, you can train ChatGPT to like know you personally, like they're your personal assistant.
Yeah.
What if you have three different, or four actually, priorities. Like I have 3 businesses and a full-time day job that I utilize it in that for like letters and things like that. So I'm sure you'll get into like those specifics, but that's
Oh,
just
I
one of
for
the
sure
questions I
will.
had. Okay,
Yeah, for
okay,
sure.
I'll wait
I'm
then.
going to answer it right here, right now. I'm a social media. Okay, so my business alone, I have 4 streams of business, right? I have social media training, social media management. I have the MAWB network. I have 100 women. So that's 4. And then I have 15 real estate clients that I run all of their social media management for. And so what you'll see when we get into ChatGPT is I have a conversation for every one of those things. And even further than that, sometimes for my like a course, my LinkedIn course, my ChatGPT course, my Canva course, I will have conversations for each one of those. So each conversation you open, you can train ChatGPT to know who they are, what they should be thinking about, and about you. You can train that conversation, and it'll go back and look at that conversation when it responds. Okay. So short answer is no problem. It can do it all inside one ChatGPT account. Sometimes people have opened up separate accounts to keep it totally separate. You can do that if you want, but you don't need to. Okay. Yeah, so we were just talking style and tone. So when you are requesting when you're entering your prompts, tell it how you want the prompt to sound. And then it'll come out in that format for you. Okay, so those are just some examples. I put these here so you can go back and reference them at a later date when you are working on your own scenarios. And kind of just putting this all together, I did a private training for She's Got Legs and for their stylists, the ladies who sell the leggings. Here's just an example. You are a social media strategist in the direct sales industry. So that's how the prompt starts off. Create a fun and interactive Instagram story to promote their latest products. Okay, so we were doing this training just before a product launch, or just after, I guess, the product launch. And then we went even one step further. We didn't want just any old Instagram stories. We wanted the Chat GPT to come up with ideas for polls, quizzes, interactive information or responses about their styles and preferences. And if you know anything about She's Got Legs and Donna, the owner, you know that she's very fun and their company's fun. So this is the tone and style there is to keep it playful and interactive. So this is what ChatGPT did. I'm just making my screen a little bit bigger. Can y'all see that? I just made it a tiny bit bigger and you can see the response. Here's a playful and interactive Instagram story idea to promote the latest leggings. So how many of you are using Instagram? Show of hands. Just so you know, we're talking about stories and Instagrams. And when you do stories in Instagram, there are these interactive stickers that you can use to get engagement. And so all of these examples that ChatGPT outputted was examples of how to run these. So this is saying use the poll sticker. What's your go-to leggings? And the poll has option 1 or 2. It's what it's suggesting. The next one, it's saying create a quiz using the quiz sticker. Which leggings are perfect for your fall adventures? And then it gives the responses. Now, the ladies were lit up when they read this because this isn't a perfect example. They've got 5 different examples here. All they needed to do was plug in whatever leggings they had in stock or at home, or whatever leggings they had for their pictures. So they could use this format over and over and over again. And again, these were all interactive stickers to create that engagement and to help get more out of your posts, really, rather than just I'm going to tell you our new leggings are this. It's more, hey, these are our new leggings, which ones do you love, right? So this is just one example again of what it can do. And when I taught them this, they were blown out of the water because a lot of them have full-time jobs and they just don't have a lot of time left with creativity and creating things. And there it is. There was 5 posts for them. Could have been 1 a week. And that's something you can do for yourself. And I'm going to show you that today. We're actually going to create a 30-day social media content ideas, 30 content ideas. Okay, so before you start entering in prompts, what I do suggest, and even if you've already been entering in prompts, I do suggest you train it. You train ChatGPT. So earlier this week, when you guys registered, I sent you that list of questions. That question, there wasn't anything difficult in those. It was probably all the answers you already know, and you probably just pulled that data from your website. But we're going to copy and paste that data into ChatGPT, and we're going to tell it about ourselves. And other things that you can do to continue to train it and teach it about the different businesses you have or the areas of your business is you can share examples of your writing with past emails that you've sent, blogs that you've written, social media posts that you've put out there. You can upload those. You can tell, hey, ChatGPT, I'm going to give you information about my writing style. I'm going to upload 3 of my most recent blogs. And what you can tell it to do is just review it and analyze the blogs to tell you the style. And it'll come back and give you 2 or 3 lines to tell you what that style is. And then when you're writing, when you want it to write blogs for you, you just copy and paste that. My blog writing style is this, do, 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 do. And then you say, write me a 1,000-word blog on this topic for this niche, mentioning these 3 products, including these SEO keywords, and make it fun and informative, right? You can have it analyze your writing style by uploading content and telling it to summarize that style. Once it summarizes the style, that's what you're going to feed back to it. So then it will sound like you. It'll write in your tone. The other thing, and speaking of tone, is, every time you ask for output, that tone could change. That tone or style could change. You could be writing a happy response. You could be writing an angry response. You will tell it what tone you want it to be written in based on the circumstances for that particular prompt. And then once you get the responses, then you're going to ask for refinement or changes. Now, you know what a lot of people do is they take that one response and they go out to a Google document or a Word document and they make a bunch of changes, and then that's what they post. If I might make a suggestion, don't make your changes outside of ChatGPT. If you make your changes inside of ChatGPT, you're in essence training it. If there are certain words or phrases that you do not use or you would never use, you tell ChatGPT, I would never use this phrase. Instead, use this phrase. Or I would never use that word. Don't ever use that word again. Use these words instead. Okay? If you make your iterations inside ChatGPT, it will learn more about you and how you want your prompts to be, your responses to be written. The other thing with regard to training it is, make sure to use, tell it the kind of keywords and phrases that you would use in your natural language, sitting across the table, just having a conversation. And it will then give those or put those in responses. So it's not always going to come out perfect the first time. Don't expect it to. So I think some people get very disappointed with it. Oh, it's so robotic. Well, you didn't give it enough information for it to come out sounding like you and the way you speak. So once we start teaching it, it will give responses that do sound like us or our brand or your client's brand. Okay. That's enough talking by me. I think we need to get started. What do you think? Now, I know that some of you do not have ChatGPT yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to switch to your other screen. So you might be watching me, or move to your other tab. If you do not have ChatGPT yet, I'm just going to show you how to get that. How many of you do not have ChatGPT? Can you tell me your name so I can make sure we get you? I think Kathleen. Yeah. Who else does not have ChatGPT yet?
Carolyn.
Excellent. Who
I
else?
seem to be looking at ChatGPT, so I must have set it up in some format.
Okay. So what we're going to do then, if you the others just want to bear with me for a second, I'm going to a new Google page. Can you see that, Carolyn and Kathleen?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm just going to, you can type in ChatGPT, and in the drop down list, you might find some options. See if you have an option there that says ChatGPT login. I'm not sure what results are going to appear on your screen, but what we're looking for is something similar to this, okay? I'll let you know there's a lot of, or you can type in OpenAI, that will work too, but there's a lot of programs that have and apps that have been come up that sound a lot like or look a lot like ChatGPT, but they're not. And so I want to make sure, Carolyn and Kathleen, that this is what we're looking at here. This ChatGPT icon, it's the, it almost looks like the Celtic knot to me. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Perfect.
And I'm at a page that says, where should we begin?
Okay. So does it look like this then? Or something similar, but maybe in white?
Yeah, it's a lot less.
Yeah, oh, being the stuff on the left-hand side?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's 2 years with a gold mined, golden material. Okay, so Kathleen, you're good. So I want to get Carolyn there. Carolyn.
I have a white page. I saw the Celtic knot. It says log in or sign up for free. ChatGPT, ask anything.
Okay, so what I want both of you to make sure you do is you log in. In fact, all of you on this call right now, in the top right-hand corner, I want to make sure that it doesn't say, I want you to log in. So if in the top right-hand corner, it says log in, I want you to click on that and log in. Kathleen and Carolyn, you might also see in the top right-hand corner something called sign up if you have not created an account yet. The reason I want all of you to actually log in is because if you're not logged in, you're just using the temporary space and it won't save anything. So if you log in with your username and password, what's going to happen is eventually you'll see on the left-hand side all the conversations that you've ever had with it, but you got to log in first. So I'm going to just go back to Carolyn and Kathleen right now. Kathleen first. Were you able to sign up?
Well, I don't think I've got, if I go into my my settings over on the right-hand side and I pull down the menu, I have a place that says log out. So I must be logged in.
Okay, perfect. Sounds like you're logged in. Wonderful. And then just in the top left-hand corner, there's the little ChatGPT icon and it says new chat, search chats library. Yes?
Yes.
Excellent. You are where we need you to be. Carolyn, if you're creating a new account, there's probably 7 or 8 steps that you got to walk through where you're just going to enter your information, like your name and email address, things like that. And it might ask you what you're using it for. So you're going to just select from the prompts.
First, it needs 12 characters.
For your password?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, which version am I going to use today? Okay, and then I have to write it down so I never forget it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes that's the toughest part of the day is what is that password?
Oh my God, yes.
The other day I went to the bank and I had to use a pin to get I couldn't remember my pin. I'm like, I'm drawing a total blank here. Anyway.
Yep.
Carolyn, let's us give you a minute to walk through those steps. It doesn't take very much, but Carolyn, it will actually ask you to verify your account. It's going to send you an email to your email address to verify.
I had to get a code and it wants my birthday.
Okay. All right.
What can I help with now, it says.
Okay.
So.
Does your screen look somewhat like my screen right now? Yep. You got it.
So it didn't ask very much, but okay.
Okay. Awesome. So we are all at the same starting point right now. Before we start entering prompts, I just want to take you through the screen super quick. On the left-hand side is our side panel. You may or may not see these different, they're called chats, or I refer to them as conversations on the left. I have so many, I've lost count. You can see them all. These are different conversations that I have that store the information that I've used to train it. So Kimberly, You talked about having 4 different businesses and streams of business. So just as an example, if you look on the left-hand side of my screen, I'll make it a little bit larger. You can see the heading chats. And then under that, I have this conversation called ChatGPT Beginner Guide. Okay. So when I click on that, what happens is, and if you guys have a new account, you won't really have this, but when you click on any one of the chats over here, that conversation then loads. So everything I've asked it about that topic is there and it's saved. And when I enter more information or prompts, it will actually go back and look at that conversation when it gives me responses. Okay. And if I'm just looking at over here on the left-hand side again, you can see that I have a conversation called MAWB Network Meetup. When I click on that, it loads my conversation, all of the prompts and all the responses that I've had with it regarding MAWB. And again, it knows when I put in information, it knows it can pull information from that conversation to give me its responses. Okay. Now, this particular conversation is very large, so it took a little longer to load, but you can see it there. All right. And again, simple prompts and then fully formatted outputs. So does that help answer your question, Kimberly? And you'll see as we move along. So earlier today or yesterday, whenever I sent you those 12 questions, if you have more than one business, you might want to walk through those 12 questions for every one of your businesses. Okay. And then what you would do is you would, up here in the top left-hand corner, you see a new chat button. When you click on that, it brings up a new chat window, and then you could put in the questions and responses for each one of your different business or different brands or different products. To have a whole training session there with that particular line of business. Okay, so just as an example, all of these ones here on this left-hand side under ChatGPT Beginner Guide, these are all my clients. Okay, all the conversations I've had with ChatGPT about client output, these are all those. All right, my LinkedIn training course outline, marketing strategies for hypnotists, Christine Hall Online social media training. That's my training conversation, my membership launch, 100 women. Under each one of these chats, there's an entire conversation with prompts. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up, and if you don't have if you're not looking at a blank screen right now, we're just going to click on new chat. So far, so good? Okay. And then let me just go over to this. What you're going to do is you're going to, I have put inside the chat box this file. It's exercises that we're going to walk through. So it's there, but I'll also put it on the screen. The reason I put it in the chat box for you is because you can open it. It's a PDF file. And you could, when you open it, you could just copy the information instead of typing it. But if you're not good at moving around on screens, then just stay focused on my screen and I will tell you what to type. Okay, so everybody's got an account, which is great. The first exercise we're going to do is we're going to copy the information from the questions and answers. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? You're going to find the questions and answers that you wrote out, and you're going to copy and paste them into ChatGPT. So what is everybody, can everybody find them? Okay, so before you actually paste them into this chat box, y'all with me? Before you paste them here, what I want you to do is I want you to type this. I'm gonna speak it out, and okay, so just listen. I am going to give you information about my business, products, services, hang on, and offers, so that you can learn about me. Okay, so this is what you're gonna type in. This is it. You're just gonna tell ChatGPT It doesn't have to be exact, but I'm going to give you information about my business, products, services, and offers so that you can learn about me. And then you're just going to hit enter. And what does ChatGPT say? In my response, it says, perfect. Go ahead and share the details about your business, products, services, and offers. The more context you give me, like your audience, your tone, your goals, your platforms, the better I will be at writing your responses. Okay, was everyone able to do that?
What was the end of the sentence again, Christine?
So that you can learn about me.
Learn about me.
Let me make it bigger for those of you who might not have it all typed out yet. If you want to look at my screen.
Perfect.
Yes, and then you'll hit enter. So Kathleen, what kind of response did you get from ChatGPT?
Great. Please go ahead and share the information about your business, including your products, services, and offers. Once I have the details, I can help you craft content, marketing strategies, customer support responses, or anything else you need.
Okay, so everyone got somewhat of a similar response. Now you copied your questions and answers. You're going to move over to the box and you're going to paste them. Control V or Command V as in Victor, as in Velcro. You're going to paste them in there and then you're going to hit enter. So you're going to copy all those questions and answers and you're going to paste them right into ChatGPT. Once you've pasted them in, you're going to hit enter. And when you're done, give me a high five or a thumbs up. You're going to copy and paste Kimberly says, I don't see it here. What does that mean, Kimberly?
Sorry, you had said that you put something in the chat box, but there's nothing there. I just went into the original email.
Okay. Maybe you came in after I did it. I did it before 7. Maybe your chat window only starts when you joined. I'm not sure.
Oh, yes, at 7:03 is when it started.
Sorry
You're
about
right.
that.
Okay. No, that's okay.
I was trying to
I
be
just went into the
proactive when I
email.
got in here. Okay, so
Can
can someone tell me the response they got from ChatGPT after they entered in the 12 questions and answers?
I tell you?
Yes, please, sir.
It says, because it knows my name, I've told her my name. So it says, thank you, Ranga. I've noted all the details about your business goals and preferences.
Yeah.
This will help me assist you more effectively, from crafting social media posts and writing articles to generating ideas for your YouTube channel or simplifying tech concepts for your clients. When you're ready, I can draft a few social media post samples to get you started, suggest a content calendar or weekly posting ideas, brainstorm YouTube channel themes and video ideas, help with branding language that matches your tone, talkative, humorous, kind-hearted, and compassionate. Would you like to begin with one of these now? That's the question.
Excellent. How happy are you with that response?
Absolutely happy.
Absolutely happy. Okay. Did we get a similar response for the other folks in the room?
Mine wasn't as long, but yeah, basically it told me what I needed to know. I didn't give it my name though. I have to do that now.
Okay, yeah, you can tell it. My name is, this is my job title or my work title, whatever. Okay, so now, so far, is everybody okay with that? Is there anyone who did not get that similar response? Okay. So I'm just going to pop over to my Canva file because now that we've given it the information, we are going to, can you all see my Canva file? It says exercise number 1 and it says type this prompt. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to copy and paste this into the chat box. If you don't want to type, you can copy it right out of the chat box. How does that sound? So what the prompt is, using the information provided in the answers above, write a professional and engaging bio for my website that highlights my business service offerings, my mission and values, and the unique value my business provides. You can type that out as you see it on my screen, or you can copy and paste from the chat box. Now we didn't tell it how long the bio should be. So it's probably going to give us a response that's around 6 to 8, could be paragraphs long. And can you guys drop some emojis in the chat box, or can you give me some reactions about the response it gave you? Are you happy with the response? Carolyn, how are we doing over there? Pretty good?
I got a response.
Yes. And how long was your response?
Quite long. It says, can I read it out?
How about you read one of your favorite parts of it? Because they're all going to be quite long. Why don't you read one piece of it that you're like, wow, I'm impressed.
The heart of my practice is simple mission to serve humanity with compassion and integrity. I like that.
Awesome. Good. Anybody else want to read a snippet of the bio that was produced by ChatGPT?
Sure, I will.
Mine is
Okay.
wonderful. You guys
You
wonderful.
like it, Ranga?
Yeah, I love it.
I know. Wasn't it amazing that in about 33 seconds you
Absolutely
got that
amazing.
response?
I really believe the way she is. Oh my God.
Okay, Marianne, give it to us, girl.
Sure, this is the last paragraph. It says, if you're looking for a friendly, easygoing partner to help streamline your launch process and take some of the pressure off your plate, I'd love to connect. Let's get it out there and make your next launch smoother, simpler, and more successful.
I love it. And Marianne, that totally sounds like you. I love the very beginning part. That's totally you. Awesome. Okay, I want to hear from a couple more people. Who would like to share a snippet?
I'll go.
Yes, please.
All right. By the way, I also said, would you like shorter versions for homepage, Instagram bio, and other platforms? And I said yes, and so I provided that as well, which is great.
Perfect.
I believe every woman has the power to create a life that reflects who she truly is, boldly, honestly, and without apology. My work is about helping female professionals and entrepreneurs connect with their deepest desires, gain clarity of their goals, and trust themselves to take action even when self-doubt, overwhelm, and fear stand in the way.
I love that. And it looks like you love it too by that smile on your face. Terrific. Thank you. And how about one more person?
Mine's just loading.
Okay.
I can do it, Christine. I used my husband's veterinary clinic for
Let's hear it.
this. And it really inferred a lot. Like, it's really smart. So it finishes with, our mission is simple: to deliver excellent veterinary medicine at a fair cost, to build lasting relationships based on trust. We treat pets the way we'd want our own to be treated, with empathy, honesty, and respect. So whether you're coming in for a routine checkup or a more complex concern, you can count on us to be thorough, thoughtful, and kind. Because to us, this isn't just a job, it's a calling.
Oh, that is terrific.
Yeah.
You're going to knock his socks off later, Melora, with all the content. All right. Well, thank you for sharing. Look at my screen again. And what you're going to see is exercise number 2. Now, Diane actually already went ahead and had ChatGPT do this. But what I want you to do now, because that was kind of long, that would be like for your homepage on your part of your homepage on your website, right? You can't always put that out there. Oftentimes when we're asked to be speakers or presenters or facilitators, we might be asked for a short bio to present or give for the write-ups or for social media. So what you can do now is you can type in this prompt, write a shorter version of that bio that is only, now I said 150 characters, but that's very small. So what you could say is 150 or 350 or 500. 150 is very small, okay? Or you could say, write 3 shorter versions of that bio, giving me different options. And I like that idea. I'll give you a little tip. When I am using ChatGPT, I will often ask for more than one response because it doesn't always hit the nail on the head with one response. If I ask for 2 or 3, then I have something to choose from. And sometimes I'll take bits of 1 and bits of 2 and bits of 3, and then that's what I'll use to make my perfect response. So go ahead now, enter that prompt, and let's see what ChatGPT says.
Okay,
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, by the way, if you don't love what it says, you can say, I do this often, another version. Give me another example. Try again. Go ahead.
How many are we allowed to ask for with the free version? Didn't it used to be limited to only five
So
questions?
that's a very common question I get. And I'll tell you that it's not based on the number of questions. So with the free version in any 24-hour time frame, we have, I don't even know now, but we have so many tokens we can use. And depending on the complexity of our request, it will use more or less tokens. And it's something like 30,000 or whatever. So if you're just asking it simple questions, you'll be able to go all day long with it. But if you're asking for more complex things or lots of back and forth in a short period of time, you will get it will tell you first, Melora, sorry, it will tell you that it can't use the 4.0 version. It has to use the 3.5. And so basically we get like 3.5 as the free, 4.0 is, let's say, the paid. And so it gives us certain number of tokens of using the paid version before it says, nope, you got to go back to the free. And then if we use all that up, then it'll say, nope, you got to come back tomorrow. So you might get, by the end of this 2 hours, folks, you might get a message that says you have to use the 3.5 or the previous version. Or it might say, oh, come back tomorrow at 7 o'clock and try again. Okay, so we may run out of those tokens before our 2 hours is up. That's the long answer. Okay, so I have people excited. I see people raising their hand because you want to share your short bio. Who would like to go?
I would like to go. Thank you.
Excellent.
You gave me 3 versions, short versions. One was warm and professional. Second was friendly and engaging. And the third was crisp and clear. And they're all beautiful.
Excellent.
Read out or?
Read one of them.
I'll read. This is friendly and engaging, helping you quit smoking, lose weight, and love yourself more with the power of hypnosis and healing energy. I'm Ranga, healer, hypnotist, and joyful soul on a mission to serve humanity with compassion and a good dose of humor.
I love that. I love that. And clearly you two too. I see lots of smiling on your face. Very excited. Okay, Kathleen, did you share? Because you were like clapping.
I know. From the 5 substantial paragraphs that they gave me above that we didn't get to, but I got it down to 200 characters. They gave me one, chat gave me one sentence. Kathleen Deloge, founder of the Mission Happy Lab, is a happiness coach and speaker helping others build emotional well-being through accountability, mindfulness, and the skills of happiness.
And are you happy with that response? Does that sum up?
Yeah, I would maybe switch out a couple of the, like, I don't, like, without the context, the accountability one is a little clumsy in there. So I might try again. But it was a good first draft.
Yes. So what you can say, what you can tell ChatGPT is, please take out the word accountability and replace it with fill in the blank. Or you can say, I don't feel comfortable with the word accountability. Can you rewrite that and choose a synonym or something like that?
Yeah.
You tell it right there. If you don't like it 100%, you tell it what you don't like about it and how it can improve it. Okay? You don't just take its first response, or maybe you do. You might love its first response. But you can ask it questions just like we're doing right now. Like if you had a VA and she produced some social media posts for you, you would be like, yeah, I love this, good. Oh, change this word. You'd be circling it, right? You'd be putting a line through stuff. So that's how I want you to think about ChatGPT. I want you to tell it what you'd like changed or different. You don't have to take what it gives you. And the more we tell it in the system, the better it learns about us. Okay? Sound good?
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Did anybody else want to share?
I can share.
Excellent. Lucy, go girl.
Okay, so mine's a professional summary. Seasoned client services and account management professional with 20 plus years of experience building strong relationships, driving retention, and delivering client-centered solutions. Known for professional and friendly communication style, I approach every challenge with empathy, collaboration, and commitment to excellence. Skilled in streamlining processes, resolving issues efficiently, and integrating tools like LinkedIn and ChatGPT to stay current and drive innovation. This doesn't sound like me. I'm passionate about helping clients feel heard, supported, and set up for success.
Okay.
So I found it interesting that it actually added the whole LinkedIn and ChatGPT.
Well, one of the questions that we asked it, and you may have said, was, what do you want to use ChatGPT for? You probably said for LinkedIn or something like that. So that's why it put it there. Yeah. So you can put more information to be more specific about your profession or your job roles or tasks or responsibilities, and it will get more concrete, because some of that sounded a little vague to me. Yeah, so you can put more specific information in to get to drill down even more to sound very specific. But it is very polished sounding, right? And what I love about this is we could all probably create these long bios and short bios. We could do it over a weekend in lots of iterations. Who can do it in 33 seconds? I say 33 seconds. I always say that. I don't know why. It was probably less than 33 seconds. But it's a great starting point for many of us. Don't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So now, one of the things as a social media trainer and social media manager, what I know my clients and my colleagues have a difficult time with is coming up with, coming up with social media ideas to put out on their social media platforms. Just, that constant churning, getting the content out there. Why don't we let ChatGPT, our new assistant, help us? So here is a prompt. It's quite long. I want you to keep all this prompt together, okay? And I'm going to, again, like I did a moment ago, I'm going to copy and paste this into the chat box so that if you prefer and you're able to, bounce around between, you can copy that and paste it. But if you want to just listen here for 1 sec, the prompt is act as an expert social media strategist for the niche of. Whenever you see my prompts that have content in the red, that means you're going to put in your niche, okay? Professional coaching, whatever that is, social media management, whatever it is, hypnosis, you're going to put that in. Everybody clear? Okay. You're going to tell ChatGPT to generate 30 content ideas for which platform? Is it LinkedIn? Is it Instagram? Is it YouTube? Whatever platform. And if you want to have more than one platform, my suggestion is just do one at a time. Okay. So whatever is your favorite platform, whatever platform you want to grow on right now, just use that for this first example. So it says the 30 content ideas that are engaging and relevant for this niche, the one you entered. And then here's another thing, provide 3 to 4 types of posts, including, I'm going to suggest you include all of them, okay? Because as a for your social media strategy, you want to be doing all of this. You can't just be selling. You can't just be educating because you got to sell sometimes, but we want to be educational. We want to be entertaining because no one wants to go on social media and not have fun at some point, right? We go there to get away from these things. Informative and storytelling. That's a really, really important concept. If you haven't learned it yet, storytelling on social media sells. Okay. So that's that statement, all those items in red, add. And then here's a really cool thing that I wanted to see, and you wouldn't always do this, but I just want to show you the power of this. We want to tell it to give the responses. Remember, we're asking for 30 ideas in a table format and using columns, and we're telling it what column headings we want: content idea, post type, description, topic. Okay. And lastly, we're just telling it to make sure it has ideas that can cater to a wide audience within the niche, that the ideas are fresh and interesting. Okay. So I just copied that into the chat box. So you could certainly copy it, paste it, and then just put in your specific niche platform. That's really all you need to do. You just, because everything else, we're asking you to keep the same.
May I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I've started this new conversation, right? I have ChatGPT and I got Plus last week because I was really playing around with it.
Okay.
It was very timely that this came up. But anyway, and so I'm gonna go in and rename this chat when I have a second.
Yes.
But what I'm curious about is, so it gave me this bio, like I input the prompts that you said. Some of them, I didn't get it all done today, so some of them were, I just kind of winged it, but it's not exactly the way I want it, but I'm not going to sit right now and do it. What's the easiest way to go back? Like when I see your hundreds of conversations, you're training it. So would you retype in something, or how do I go back like 3 days from now to get this information without having to scroll for 3 days to get back to?
Right. So a couple of things. Generally speaking, you will have to scroll up to find it. Okay.
Okay.
But there is a search chats function. So if you're looking at my screen right now in the top left-hand corner, you see it says search chats. You can click on that and then you can type in a keyword or phrase that you know is in that portion and it will take you to that. And what I would do from that response is let's say the response was not quite right. I would select the response, copy it, and then paste it again, but tell it what you want to do to change it. Right?
So could you say, I have changed this response to match more of my wording, and then paste it and hit enter?
So what you're saying is you've copied it out and made changes somewhere else?
No. So I'm gonna, like, for example, I would copy what's here for the bio, and then I'd paste it into the bottom of the chat, but then go in and make all the changes that I see that I want to make changes to. But at the top of it, I would also add in, please see changes I made to the bio.
Absolutely.
Like,
you could say,
is that,
please, yeah, you could say something like, please remember this bio for future prompts.
oh, okay. Okay.
You're going to tell it. Yeah. Now I want to just point out to you, if you have your long bio in front of you right now, Kimberly,
yep.
If everyone just wants to look up for a second, when you get prompts from ChatGPT, do you notice the icons at the bottom? Does everybody see that? Okay. So one of the icons is the copy icon. So if you're happy with the response, you can just copy it and put it somewhere else in an email, a text, or whatever. Here's thumbs up, thumbs down. You can tell it that was a good response or that wasn't a good response. Okay. So the more times you give it feedback, the better it gets. So sometimes when you click on the bad response, it'll say what was bad about it, what didn't you like, and you can tell it. Okay. The other thing is there's another one that's read aloud, but the one that I really wanted to get at right now was this edit in Canvas. Do you see that? It's a little pencil. When you click on the pencil, what happens is your screen changes so that the prompt now appears on the left panel and a canvas opens up here on the right-hand side. And you're going to go into the Canvas screen when you want to make a bunch of changes. So Kimberly, you were talking about, I want to change this, I want to change that, I want to do this, I want to do that. You could go up to that pencil icon and make the changes here. You could rearrange the order of things by copying and pasting and replacing words, deleting things, rearranging the order. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? There is a canvas screen. You can click on the pencil, get into the canvas, and then make your changes by cutting, pasting, copying, removing words, replacing words. Did you actually click on that pencil so you can see it on your own screen? Perfect. And then what you can do is when you close out of it, now you'll see there's a little X. When you close out of it, it'll prompt you, hey, do you want to save that? So when you say save to chat, then that is now updated. So that bio that was created that you didn't like, that you wanted to make changes for, you can go up and edit it right there. Does that make sense? Did y'all see what I just showed Kimberly, was how to use the pencil button?
I don't have the pencil button. Am I in a different version?
You should have the pencil button. So the pencil button will appear when you are with the response it gave you. Yes? So can you do me a favor and do a screenshot of what your screen looks like and then just put it into the chat? Do you know how to do that, Marianne? So I can see? In case you can't see, I'm talking about this one right here. And Marianne, we are currently using, like, the model will be there. So we're currently using the model GPT-4. So if you want to just kind of look at that and then let me know. Okay. Okay. How is your table looking, folks? Are we like,
Christine, is it possible to go back to the prompt? Because I only got 2/3 of the way through typing it. I can't cut and paste it. I have to type it.
okay?
You didn't put it in the chat, Christine. Were you going to?
You're going to
Oh,
put
I
it-
did put it in the chat.
I don't see it.
Act as a, oh, did I not hit enter?
No.
My bad.
Oh, there it is. Thank
Sorry.
you.
That happens so often, so.
I'm sorry about that. I was just sitting there. I was looking at it. What do you mean you don't see it? My apologies. You guys got to yell at me sooner. Okay, so I saw some of you had some questions. So Diane, thumbs up. Are we good? Do you have a question? Okay. Carolyn, how we doing there, my friend?
All good.
All good? Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Kathleen, you're going to enter in your question fully now. My apologies about that.
Okay, I'm just still typing. I have double vision and poor lighting right now, so we're up
Okay.
against that.
No problem.
All right.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Lucy, how we doing over there? Yep, thumbs up. Okay, Marianne. Checking in on Marianne. Marianne, you couldn't find the pencil icon earlier. Any luck?
No,
Interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
now it's told me I've reached my max, so I'll fuss with it later and then I'll connect with you if
So, yeah,
out.
so Marianne, you reached your max, but is it saying you reached your max and you have to go to the lower version? Because sometimes when you reach your max, Marianne, you can just move to a new conversation. Sometimes when you reach your max in that conversation, you can just click new chat and create a new conversation and it will let you work in there. But if you were working with it today already, you may have. Yeah. Okay. I'll come back to you. Kimberly, how are we doing on your end?
I am good.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is, so what it says, because I tried this last week and it said, so it says, let me know if you'd like these formatted into a printable spreadsheet or if you'd like to begin building Canva templates for any of them. And so it gave me a zip file for Canva, but then I couldn't open it. And
open a zip file.
I couldn't open the zip file. It was really weird. Like it was just, it would expire or something was off. And this was with the plus version. So, yeah, I'm struggling. I can maybe, let me try it now. Hold on. So I'll say, please begin building Canva templates.
Awesome. So that does take, well, you have the paid version, so you won't experience limitations. What may happen is image generation takes a lot longer, so you might be held up a bit while it's making them. So we'll just wait until we see what happens on your end, okay? I'll just go ahead and check on Melora. Do you have a whole slew of content for your husband?
I'm just pasting it in an email. He's going to be like, it's so good.
Then you send the
Signs your pet may be in pain. Why your wellness exams matter. Top 5 toxic foods for pets. Like so many interesting topics that I actually switched the question a little because we don't have social media. So I asked for Google post ideas.
Excellent. Very good. Yep. Whatever your output is. Now, what you did right now, folks, is you simply asked it to give you a table of ideas. That's all wonderful. But next step is to take those ideas and tell them to actually tell ChatGPT. Mine's a guy, yours could be a girl. Instruct ChatGPT to actually make those posts. So I'll just go over to my PowerPoint or my Canva file. And the prompt is to write, okay? So on my screen right now, I'm just going to copy it to put it in the chat. Write an Instagram post for, right? Write an Instagram post for. I'm going to move over to the chat. And this time I promise I will hit send. So the prompt is write an Instagram post for, and then you're going to take one of those ideas. You can take the whole row, copy and paste the whole row, and or type the whole row in order for it to give you the actual Instagram post or the Google post or the LinkedIn post, right? So Melora, you just gave them ideas. Now you can go ahead and send them an email that actually has the content written out for him.
Yeah, I already have a post on parvovirus. It's in the news these days. So there we go. Let's post this tonight.
I love it.
Christine,
yes,
if they're itemized in the table by number, can you ask for a post from that number?
Yeah, try that.
Okay. And then give the title as well. And that way it's more specific, because some of them are duplicated.
Okay. They could be a little bit different. They could be like, one could be saying it's a carousel post and one's a story. That's maybe why they're duplicated. But the other thing I was just going to say is when you ask it to write an Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook post about whatever topic, make sure you also tell it to give you a call to action. So a call to action, and what is it that you want them to do? Book a discovery call, click the link to place an order, call the secretary to book an appointment, whatever it is. You want to make sure there's also a call to action. If you don't have a specific call to action in mind, just say add a call to action and it'll give you an example.
Can we just ask it to, as a call to action, if you don't actually have a call to action, can you just ask for quality engagement?
Sure.
Ask them to ask for some sort of, or do we have to provide that question for them?
No, you can say include a call to action and let's see what it says in the first response it gives you.
Okay.
And then if you don't like that call to action, Kathleen, your next prompt can be, not really happy with that call to action. Can you give me 5 more examples of call to actions that are engaging and will encourage my audience to respond or react or take action? Make sense what I just said, Kathleen?
Yep.
Yes, Carolyn.
I just asked it to give me 3 examples of call to action that I could use because I couldn't think of one, and it gave me 3 good ones. So
Terrific. If you know what you want, if your call to action is very clear, if it is to, book a discovery call by clicking on your calendar link, then you tell it that. But if you're not sure, yeah, heck, ask it. And you could tell it, share a list of 5 call to actions that are fun and engaging and, humorous or to the point. Like, just keep adding information so that it sounds more like you, your business, your brand, and specific to the actions that you want that reader to perform. All right, Ranga, I see you got your hand up there in excitement. Go ahead and share.
I'm just writing it now. Well, I still waiting for the response.
Okie dokie. You let us know when you've got
It
some
actually worked out, Christine.
Yes.
It says, here's the big question. Basically what I asked was, I asked them to write a post around the happy hormones 101, which is one of the prompts they gave me. And it's at the end, it said, here's the big question. Which of these happy hormones do you think you need more of this week? And what will you do to boost it? Let's crowdsource some joy in the comments.
Awesome.
Oh, mine is beautiful.
Yours is beautiful. Okay, let's hear it.
Instagram caption. Want to quit smoking? Start with your subconscious. Most people try to quit smoking using willpower alone. But the real driver of addiction is not the conscious mind. Smoking becomes a deeply embedded habit loop linked to stress, triggers, even your identity. That's where hypnosis works its magic. Hypnotherapy gently rewires your subconscious patterns, reduces cravings, breaks emotional triggers, builds a smoke-free identity, replaces the habit with healthier responses. No shame, no guilt, just a powerful inner shift. If you have tried everything else, maybe it's time to try something deeper. Hypnosis doesn't control you, it empowers you to take back control.
I like it. Really informative and educational there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Question.
You could also, Ranga, if you feel like it's not too long, but if you feel like it's too long, you could say, great response, provide me a shorter answer.
Okay.
But I don't think it's too long based on what you're trying to get across.
It's okay. It's fine. It seems to be good.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. And Kathleen, was that you I heard just now?
Yes. At the very end, it says, would you like a carousel text to go with this caption or a visual concept for the post? If I just say yes, will they provide me with something or?
Well, it asked you 2 questions. So why don't you say, yes, I'd like a visual concept. Now, with a visual concept, it's basically going to give you written text about what the image should look like.
Okay, it's not going to provide me with an image.
Well, it might say, here's the visual concept. Then it might say, do you want me to create one for you? So, Kathleen, I want you to follow through with it. So pick one of those things that I invited you to create for you and say, yes, do X, Y, Z.
Okay, I would like a visual concept for the post.
Yep.
Does it ever bump you into Canva? Like, because it's associated with Canva, do you have to physically take yourself there?
Well, you may have heard earlier Kimberly talk about the Plus version. She has Plus, and it will actually create images for you. So with Kimberly, how did it go, Kimberly? Because you were waiting for it to generate those images.
Yeah, it's done what it has done previously. It gives me one. Like, it just gives me one. It's weird. Like, one time it gave me a carousel.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see all of them. So it was literally like a carousel. So it was like I saw half of the first one, the 2 middle ones, and then half of the last one.
Okay.
And then just now it only created one image. So I'm not getting like the full. Like I said to it, please begin building Canva template for the first 3. Oh yeah, I don't have that.
So, but if you, in the top left-hand corner of your screen, where it said new chat, search chats, do you see library?
Yep.
Can you click on it? And
Yeah,
are you,
it pulls up what it showed me initially, which is like it did a carousel, like it did 4 kind of graphics, but they're not, they're like, I don't know how to explain it to you.
okay.
Like it shows, it shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 graphics in one square, basically,
Okay.
for 6 for 6 different posts, but they're like cut off. Oh, that's cute.
Okay. That's interesting. And
Yeah.
so when you are looking at the chat, the conversation with
Yeah.
the image, do you see the button to download attached to the image?
Hold on a second. Yes, let me go back here.
Have you tried clicking on that, and what happens when you do?
There's no there's just a share button. Is that?
So the actual image, when you kind of hover on it, there should be a button to download.
Let me go to my 30-day content plan. Hold on.
Yeah, be right with you, everyone. We're just.
Oh, here we go. Okay, ChatGPT image. Yeah, it's the same thing. So I have like, I've got it's got one box with 4 different, like I guess that's what you call a carousel.
Yep,
Like
carousel
4,
posts.
but I've only got half of the first one. So I see a person's hand and I see the 2 letters of the last word and 4 letters of the next word. And then I've got the next one that says start your morning with energy, which is a full one. And then don't wait to practice self-care, and that's a full one. And then the last one, message me today to schedule your free consultation. It's like cut in half as well.
Okay, and there's no download button anywhere near those. You only see the share button.
This one I downloaded. I just downloaded it, but
Okay,
it comes
when
as
you
one
download-
thing.
Yeah.
When I download it, it looks exactly the same.
Huh, that's interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm having it generate an image for me, and
Okay.
I am because I want to show people where that download button is. Okay, so sit tight. We'll come back to that. Come back to you. I'm not sure why it's acting off.
Can you just tell me the definition? I just want to make sure I understand the definition of a Canva carousel. Like it's actually like 3 or 4. Like if I say, provide me 5 days worth of, posts or content ideas. And then it usually says at the bottom, it says, do you want me to create a Canva carousel? And I say, yes.
Okay.
That's gonna.
A Canva carousel is a set of images that all pertain to one post. So it could be that your caption has 3 paragraphs, for example. And generally speaking, what it'll do is it'll create one image for each one of those paragraphs or each part of that information. So it creates multiple individual images that's what a carousel is.
For a single post.
For a single post, which is a single caption.
Interesting. Okay, so I was using it incorrectly. And because my zip file wasn't working, I just went into Canva and created my own graphic because it's simple. It's like it's just a beige background with something like in there like rest is essential, and I'd put like a yoga pose, or you know what I mean? I can create that myself. But it's easier if this one connects into my own Canva, right? Is that what the intention is?
Yes, that it's going to produce those results for you. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people using ChatGPT right now. So you can see I asked for an image and it's just spinning. It's taking time. Usually what I'll do when this happens is I might even just move to another conversation and let that finish, or I might go get a drink. But did anybody ask it to produce an image based on the results, or did it ask you if you wanted an image, and did anyone get an image yet?
I've got some good information here.
Okay.
My response was this, and I'm sure others will get the same thing if they're at the same place I am. Perfect, Kathleen. I can create a custom Canva template design for your Happy Hormones 101 carousel post. to get started, could you please share 1, your brand colors, hex codes, or general color palette? 2, your brand fonts or preferred font style. 3, your Canva email. And 4, any logo or branding elements you'd like included, optional, you can upload them. So once I have that, I'll design. So there's some legwork that has to happen before it'll start generating images for me.
Yeah, and a paid subscription.
I do have a paid subscription for Canva.
Oh, you do? Oh no, I meant for ChatGPT.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I have a paid subscription for Canva, so it's not really going to work then unless I have a paid subscription for it.
Yeah, you need to have the plus.
Okay, is there any application to Canva that will work if I don't have, like, can I upload?
Well, in Canva, you can actually use Magic Media in Canva. So remember earlier, Kathleen, you had that prompt that says you want us to create the visual concept? And it,
Oh yeah, I could just probably take and cut and paste these prompts into Magic Media and it'll do the same thing.
Yeah. Not exactly the same, but yeah, Canva has the AI tools. So you can take that visual prompt, it wrote out 1 or 2 lines, and you can copy that into Canva, into the Magic Media. Yeah.
Okay.
So for those of you who are just listening along, did you get in your responses a visual concept? Like at any point, did it say to you, oh, your image could look like this?
Oh yeah.
Did you see that in the response?
Mm-hmm.
I asked for visual, but it just says it is just loading, and it says upload plan.
It takes time. And, you know, there's a billion people using it every day at any given time. Can you believe it? ChatGPT is almost more popular than Google, YouTube, and Pinterest at this point. So it's crazy. But let me just go back a second. So sometimes it will ask you, do you want a visual concept? The visual concept is just 1 or 2 lines where it's telling you what the image could or should look like. So what you could do is you could copy that visual concept out, and I'm just going to take you over to to Canvas for a second. Okay, for those of you who use Canva, I'm just going to create a new page in my presentation. Can you see my screen? Okay, and then in Canva on the left hand sidebar, you see like text and elements and brand and uploads. Yes, do you see that?
Yep.
So what you're looking for is Magic Media, but it doesn't appear there by itself. So what you might need to do is you might need to go to apps. And when you go to apps, then in the search bar, you type in Magic Media. And then what will happen if you look at my screen right now, this little guy, this little icon, Magic Media is what you want to click on. Okay. When you click on it, then it'll appear on the left-hand side. And then when you go to it and open up Magic Media, you can type in your I don't have a visual cue, guys, concept. I'm just giving you an example. ChatGPT online. Give me 1 second. So it's basically saying, I'll create an image for you. Give me 4 or 5 words for that image, what it should look like. So I just typed in ChatGPT online training class. Let's just see what happens, okay? So then down here, I click on generate image. It'll take a couple of minutes and it'll come back and give me a few images to choose from, okay? So if you don't have the paid version, then you can use Canva, a Magic Media, and then it gives you some results, and whatever the results it gives you, you can just accept one of them. It'll put it in the design, or there's buttons, ... in the top right hand corner. You can click on the ... and then you can say generate more like this. If there was one particular design that you really liked, you could do that. Okay, now not everyone's going to be needing or wanting graphics, but this is just a little extra little tip. If you are using Canva, Magic Media is their graphic AI generator. Okay, and yeah, so might be something that you find there that you could use as your starting point for graphic creation, graphic design. And as I said, once you find one, you would just click on it and then it'll add it to your Canva file, and then you can do whatever you need to do with it. You could have been more descriptive in your description and put, you know, female learners in their 50s, whatever, middle-aged women, kids, whatever. You can put more information into that prompt here for Canva. Okay, back over to ChatGPT. Who has questions? Yes, go ahead, Melora. Sorry.
I was wondering if you could address, I've heard that if you use ChatGPT or other AI content, that it affects the search results. Like if you use it for your website or Google posts and things like that, that Google will tend to give you a lower ranking. Is that true?
So just before I answer the question, in my ChatGPT course, I had conversations with it this week, and I just told it to create an image for the course. I even spelled that wrong. See my prompt? And this is what it did. Not too shabby, huh?
Mhm.
Like I didn't tell it any, I didn't give it any additional prompts. And that's what it came out with. So, you know, if we're short on time and we don't have graphic design skills, bada bang, bada boom. But what I wanted to show you when image is created is, guys, I'm just going to make my screen a little larger. You see I'm hovering over top of the image it just generated for me. In the bottom left-hand corner of the image, there's my download button. Does everybody see my download button? Okay.
Mhm.
So if it's generating content for you, images for you, you can download it. And then it just downloads it as a JPEG file, okay? Or a PNG. Wherever your downloads is, like mine is my downloads folder, okay? All right. So not too bad, not too bad. So the question is, are you going to get down ranking because you're using ChatGPT to write your content? So here's my answer. Don't worry about that if you're giving it really good prompts. If you have trained it on your business, on your audience, on your products, on your services, on your offerings, and you are providing value, don't get hung up on that. When you do copy and paste from ChatGPT, there are certain like invisible markers that it does indicate it is AI generated. So sometimes, Melora, what people will do is they will take the content from ChatGPT and they will paste it into Notepad, which is nothing, straight like TXT text, paste it into there, which strips it down, and then copy from there and put it into whatever platform. But I would say if you're just doing generic stuff and just doing a straight copy and paste, then it's probably boring and bland. So it's not that it's being downgraded in the rankings. It's just, it's not good enough to make the rankings. But if you add really great prompts, who your niche is, you talk, let's say we're talking about the vet, talk about the vet, put in a little bit of other case studies, talk about his education, other examples of pets he's worked with, then you're going to get something really unique and engaging. Okay. And then you're not even going to need to worry about those markers. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep. Thank
So
you.
it's all about the prompting. It's all about training ChatGPT. So we just don't sound generic like every other veterinarian, right? That we're always including our unique selling proposition in there to that what sets us apart.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who else had their hand up? Yes, Ranga. Can you unmute Ranga? Oh, I need you to unmute. Hang on, I'll unmute you. Can you ask that again? You were muted.
It is still loading, and I don't want it because I am not able to post anything else. So I don't.
Okay, Ranga, sometimes it stays stuck and
Yeah.
circle, circle, circle. So I
Yeah.
don't know if you saw what I did. I just keep going up and hitting the refresh button on my Chrome browser here for ChatGPT. And sometimes when I refresh, it just appears. It's just like the screen kind of gets stuck like that. So
Oh,
try hitting that refresh.
oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Who else has a question? Okay. So I don't see anybody else's hand
I
up.
got it. I got it.
You got it. What kind of image did you get?
It's a guy breaking his cigarette into half.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And there is a picture of the man with a brain and it's rewiring and stuff. It was beautiful.
Awesome. I love it. Okay. What I want to do is get us back to our next prompt. We had prompt number 4, which was when we actually said, thank you very much for giving us the table. Now go ahead and create an Instagram post or LinkedIn post or Google post for this idea. And hopefully you did that for maybe one, or while you were waiting, maybe you did it for a couple. Are you happy with the response for that post that you got? And some of you even now have images. Yes? So far, so good?
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you didn't like it, you could say, you could tell it, please change this, please add that. Oh, never use this. Try using this as the call to action. Okay. And don't forget, if we're on Instagram, include hashtags. And if you have very specific hashtags that you use, your own branded hashtags, for example, Christine Hull Online is a branded hashtag that I use. MAWB Network is a branded hashtag that I use. You could tell ChatGPT, from now on, when I ask for Instagram posts, please make sure to include these 3 hashtags. Could be social media trainer and Mississauga, Ontario, as an example. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Excellent. All right, let's go to example number 5. Oh, I see I went right to 6. Okay. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about next. Social media posts are great. The better you can be at engaging your audience, the better you will be in getting responses and having that two-way communication, right? We really want to start a conversation. But I'll let you know that every social media platform favors video. It does. It doesn't matter what kind of video. It could be faceless video, but every platform favors video. And one of the things that's very popular right now is talking head video. In case you don't know what I mean by that, is you in front of the camera just talking and explaining, or whatever. Instead of putting your caption in text, take that text and talk to your audience. Talking head video. Okay. So ChatGPT is great at creating video scripts. I have ChatGPT create all of my video scripts. I input the information that I want, bullet point format, and then tell it to generate the script for me. And so we're going to use this prompt. Please let me read this prompt for you. The prompt is, you are an expert video script writer. I need a voice-only video script about, you see in red, it says topic. Choose your topic. Okay. Intended for an audience of. Who is your audience? So I need a video-only script about networking 101. Intended for an audience of female solopreneurs between 40 and 55. Okay. That's just some examples of what I would do. The script should be, I'd say when you're doing a talking head script, you can't get out much for 30 seconds. So you want to have it between 30 seconds and 3 minutes. But keep in mind, the longer it is, the more chance you have of actually losing the audience. And again, it depends on your topic. But if you're just trying to get their attention, share a little bit, almost like a commercial or a teaser, then you're going to go 30 to 45 seconds. Okay. One of the things that I love to do when I'm creating content or when I'm creating scripts is I always like to start off with a question, start off something very powerful. So I added that here into the prompt. All right. And I also then included maintain the tone and the voice, whatever that is. positive, happy, excited, professional, authoritative, and then end with your call to action. So let's say I was creating a video script on the upcoming July 29th MAWB evening meetup at the Quantum Workspace. I would put all of that in, and my call to action would be, get your ticket before we're sold out, as an example. Okay, I can tell it what I want the prompt to be, or as we heard from earlier, it can give us the call to action. Is everybody clear with my explanation here? In fact, you can see that I also added into this prompt. Please ask me any clarification questions you have. Okay, so what I'm going to do, that's a really good prompt addition to put into your prompts or element, is to ask me any clarifying questions. All right, so let me copy and paste this in. Melora, I see your question in the ChatGPT. In the chat box. I think I answered that question for you, right?
Yeah, you already answered. Yeah,
Okay.
that was from before. Thanks.
Perfect. And Kimberly, you would not believe the AI inside Canva. It is so fantastic. I'm actually doing a Canva course right now. We had day 1 on Wednesday, and day 2 is next Wednesday. It's a 6-hour kind of, it's called Canva Basics and Beyond. We're just covering so much ground. Okay, did everybody get a chance to type this prompt? I want to point out to you that a part of the prompt I used was voice only video script. Did you see that? I was very specific. If you just say, write me a video script, it will actually go through and tell you the settings or the scenes for the video. But because I specified in this prompt video only script, it's just writing out exactly what you should be talking or saying. If you left that part out, it would say opening screen or opening scene. You're sitting on a couch with a plant behind you, and then it would say scene 2. Is everybody okay with that so far, the prompt? Anybody want to share the script?
I could. I did it before you were done sharing the thing and just asked it a couple of questions, although I didn't ask for the clarifying question part. And it was really good.
I love that. Go for it. Share.
And then I said, give me a shorter one for 30 seconds. So it said, this is about leading well when you're discouraged. And it says, hey, a quick note for leaders feeling off today. You don't have to be fired up or flawless to lead well. You just have to be honest, present, and willing to take one grounded step. Say the thing that's hard. That's not weakness, it's leadership. Pick one small action. Momentum starts there. And please don't go it alone. Community isn't a luxury, it's the fuel. Even quiet, discouraged leaders shape culture, especially when they stay real. You've got this. And if you need a reset, I'm here.
I love that. It's a great message. It's a great message. Believe me, there have been so many times when I've been like, man, I'm so low, I'm so down, I'm so hurt. I can't show up. I can't be there. But you know what? That's a very encouraging message there, Carolyn. And you know what I love about that is that, sometimes we want to be visible. Sometimes we want to be out there, but we just don't know what to say. So you can ask ChatGPT to create you these 45 to 60-second video scripts. You'd have something to say every single day to put you out there as a thought leader, to show your authoritative, your credentials. I just love that. Now, what I do, I'm going to be totally transparent. I got lots of topics. I don't always have time to write the scripts. ChatGPT writes my scripts, and then I take that script and I put it right into, I use an app, maybe some of you use it, called CapCut. I take that script into CapCut, and it has a teleprompter. And I just look into the screen and I read the script. The teleprompter will allow me to speed it up, slow it down. And sometimes I'm on a walk and I'm wearing glasses, or you heard me say earlier, my kids have a lawn care business. Sometimes the kids are cutting grass and I'm like, well, I got nothing else to do. Why don't I record a few videos? So I'll be in the car recording. Again, I don't always know exactly what I want to say, but I know the essence of it. So ChatGPT is great for creating that script for me. And then I can just read, but it doesn't look like I'm reading because it's a teleprompter. And it records it all from CapCut. I can add the captions and then I just upload it into Instagram or YouTube, wherever it happens to go. But yeah, you've got one example. You could have tons.
May I ask a question?
Yeah,
Just a
sure.
quick question. So when you say when you ask clarifying questions,
Yeah.
and it says, like mine says, do you want music or ambient sound suggested with the script? Should this be branded with your name at the end? It asked me 4 questions.
Mhm.
If the first couple don't apply, like, do I need to, because before I was like, no, I don't need this. Yes, I need this. Can I just write what I need?
Correct.
Like, okay. It's smarter than children. Okay.
Yes.
Question?
Yes.
Thank you.
Can I share mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
1 second. It says voice script. Ever wonder why your brain knows smoking is bad, but your hand still lights up your cigarette? Or why your fridge becomes your BFF at midnight? That's your subconscious running the show. And guess what? Hypnosis is like giving that subconscious a friendly software update. No swinging pocket watches, or you are getting sleepy nonsense. Just real, relaxing change from the inside out. Ready to rewire your habits without wrestling with willpower? Text or email me. I promise your subconscious will thank you, and so will your waistline, or your lungs, or your peace of mind.
Yes, I like that. I like the content you're getting. Ranga, I like this content you're getting. It's very conversational to me. It feels conversational.
I asked it to be
Makes me think-
conversational, humorous.
Yeah, it kind of makes me think, okay, hypnosis isn't, it's more, maybe everybody can do it.
Christine, I have a problem.
Okay, who is that? Kathleen?
Kathleen, I typed in the prompt and then I went to enter it, but it's stuck because I previously asked for an image. I said, please generate an image for the Happy Hormones post that I had been working on. And it's sitting and scrolling and it won't let me.
Okay, so it does need to take time when it creates images, so you have to be aware of that. But sometimes it just sits there. And I just mentioned to Ranga a few moments ago, sometimes if you just go up and click on your refresh button.
Where is that? I can't find it here.
It's the Chrome browser. It's actually your browser window. If you refresh your browser window, it should update it, shake it. It should go, oh, you mean me? Yes, I'm paying attention now.
I don't, oh, there it is. Restore?
I guess it's called restore. Yeah. I thought it was called
No, that's not it.
Do you see, do I need to make it? Oh, I can't actually make that larger, but it's the recycle arrow. It's usually up by the back and forward buttons on the URL line. Do you see?
I don't have a URL line here.
Okay. Do you see your http://chatgpt.com? Do you see that anywhere?
Nope. Let's see if I just reduced it to see if I could find any of those things.
Or maximize your screen. It's basically it's the browser. It's part of the browser window, and it's the refresh or reload button. Okay, or the other thing you can do, Kathleen, is change the conversation and move to the next one.
It won't let me do anything. It's stuck.
Okay.
Let's see. I could try a new chat. Oh, there we go. We got a new chat.
Okay. Now
it's still sitting there scrolling over on the side where it says business overview info, but now I have a new chat.
Okay, so you just have, the images take time. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but it wouldn't let me back out of it either. It wouldn't let
no,
me do
once you
anything.
start it, it starts.
Okay.
It's in motion. But you could go to a new chat and do stuff here, but obviously your conversation, your history is in the other chat window.
Gotcha.
So you're
Okay.
just gonna have to.
Good to know. Thank you. Yeah, it's like chat. That's so hard to say.
It
Chat
is.
GPT
Uh-huh.
is my whole screen. Like I don't have a browser on it. It's like
Oh.
full screen, and
Okay.
when I get out of it, it's sitting in somewhere else. So it's because I have Chat GPT on my taskbar down
Okay.
below.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna keep moving here. The other thing you could do is you could ask ChatGPT. Can you, if you still have room, guys, go to your ChatGPT question box and ask it to write you a new bio for your Instagram. Okay, the example I have here is you're a digital media expert. Write a 150 character Instagram bio. Now, what I did was I actually took a screenshot of my existing bio and uploaded that and asked them to replace it. I'm not sure if you guys know how to do screenshots on your computers or not. Let me just demonstrate what I mean. So I clicked on a news tab and then I typed Instagram.com. Oh, gotta log in. Don't know why I'm logged out, but let me log in. And when I log in, oh boy, double authentication. Give me a second here. I got to get the security code, which is, I have a love-hate relationships with these security codes. We need them, but oh wait, there it is. 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I am asking ChatGPT to create a brand new Instagram bio based on updating my existing bio. And what I'm going to do is take a screenshot of the bio and upload it. Okay, so watch here. Here's my bio. I'm going to grab a screenshot of it, just like that. And then I go to ChatGPT. And sorry, let me just move to the right conversation. And I'm just going to copy this so I don't have to type it. Okay, so I paste my prompt in. You're a digital media expert. Write a 150 word Instagram bio to replace this. It's the image I'm going to upload in a second. Please ask me any clarification questions. All right. Oops, looks like I did it twice. So what I do, poop, I ran out. So I used it a lot today. I don't know if you guys can see this on your screen, but you know where the prompt box is? Underneath the prompt box, there's a plus sign. Can you see that? So when you click on the plus sign, what happens is it opens up a window and says, allows you to attach a file. You're going to click, yeah, isn't that cool, Diane? You're going to click on hard drive or Google Drive, wherever that file is. And when you upload it, a picture will appear, okay? And then it will read the picture. It will read the picture. And then it'll know what's there. And in this case, with this prompt, it will give me a new 150 word Instagram bio. So if you guys, like I've run out now because I used it a lot today, writing content for clients. But if you still have that plus sign visible, I want you to click on it and then upload a screenshot of your Instagram bio. Now, don't worry. If you can't click on the plus because you're out of those tokens, you could always do this. You could always just scroll across the bio, highlight, copy the bio, and then go back to ChatGPT and paste it in there. And then hit enter to give you the new bio. Okay, just there are ways around that. So was anyone able to click the plus sign to actually upload an image of your bio? Did anybody try that? And you know what's really cool? Let me tell you this. Let's say you were in a meeting today and you went and you made all these meeting notes by hand. You wrote them by hand. You could actually take a picture of your meeting notes. And when you take a picture of the meeting notes, you could upload it into ChatGPT and you could say, write me meeting notes for my meeting with Lucy today about XYZ. And it will transcribe your handwritten meeting notes into typed out notes for you. Is that not cool or what?
Cool.
Yes, cool. So here, ladies and gentlemen, look at my new bio. It changed it saying Mississauga Biz Women Hub, connect, learn, grow, join our directory and events. Next meetup, oops, I gotta update that. The next meetup, June 25th. Community starts here. Ooh, I like that. I've never used that before. Community starts here. I might have to use that. Okay, but that's what it's saying. 150 characters, my new bio should be for Instagram. You could say, if you don't use Instagram, write me a new LinkedIn headline with the capacity is 220 characters. You could put what you already have and ask it to replace it, or you could just say, based on the information above, right? All that information we gave it earlier, write me a brand new LinkedIn headline that is 220 characters. Okay? Sound good? You guys gonna try that out? Okay, so I'm not giving you the prompt. You just type it in. You tell ChatGPT what you need or what you want. But I do want to show you something very cool that has saved me so much time. So go ahead, do your Instagram bio, do your headline while I find this really cool, who was it again? Gotta remember. Yeah, okay. So you heard me say that I'm a social media manager. I have niched into the real estate industry. So all of my clients are realtors. And as you know, realtors share market statistics. They do comparables. They have to know, what's selling, what's not, average days on market, average selling price. They need to know all those things. And a lot of this information comes from TREB. And it comes in the format of something called the Market Watch, pretty long, detailed charts and schematics with just lots of data. Can y'all see this summary of existing home transactions on the screen right now? So every month, TREB, they come out with all these stats for all of the sales that happen. So I don't know if you can see this, but these are all of the areas. Halton, Burlington, Toronto, they're all listed there, okay? So my one client, she works in the area of Milton, Oakville, and Halton Hills. And she wants to show her audience the stats for these areas. Look at all this data. So what I do every month is I go to this really big market report. I do a screenshot of just this one section, the one section you're seeing right here. And then what I tell ChatGPT, I'll show you the prompt. Okay, I've uploaded the image, and then I say, extract the data for Milton, Oakville, Halton Hills. The data should include average selling price, total units sold, new residential listing, average days on market. And then look what it did. It gave me Milton, bullet points, information, Oakville, Halton Hills. Everyone see that? Pretty cool. Believe me, it was such a pain in the butt when I had to do this manually because there's so much data. It's so small and it just all does it for me now. Then I said, now write an Instagram post similar to a post I had done previously for this client. And what I wanted to include was the numbers that you saw, but a one-liner summary for that region. And it looked at the data and it gave me an accurate one-liner. So data summary is awesome using ChatGPT. You can upload oodles of information into ChatGPT and ask it to summarize the data. It could be in the format of you copying and pasting, or it could be a PDF document. It can take that information and summarize it. What I would suggest is you tell it what you're looking for in the summary. What are the key points you want it to extract? What are the key points you want it to highlight in the summary? But it's great. It's a great tool for taking large amounts of data and really filtering it down.
Can I share something?
Yes, sir.
It gave me a biodata, 30 character, 300 characters, and it's asking me whether you would like one in Hindi or Tamil, which is. And when I said yes, it gave me a version in Hindi.
That's fantastic.
It's
Yep.
absolutely amazing.
Christine,
Yeah.
so I actually did your suggestion. I took a picture of some of the notes I've taken.
Yeah.
And I asked for a summary. I said, can you please take these notes I wrote and create a summary? And it gave me a very good summary. If I were to take a picture of another, similar to what Rango was saying, another language and said, can you please provide me a summary in English? Would it translate that?
Pretty sure, yes.
Wow.
I've not done it myself. That's why I'm saying pretty, but it is
Yeah.
kick-ass.
It's so powerful. Oh my God.
And I want
My
to tell
head's
you,
gonna explode.
right, I know this is the thing. After 2 hours, people are like, holy crap, this is so amazing. But we're only looking at like one itty bitty little tiny little piece of the of what it does, of its functionality, of the power of it. It's fascinating. For example, I taught this class a few weeks ago on a Saturday morning, and my husband's walking by and he's like, hey, what's for dinner? And I'm like, dude, I'm teaching. I don't know. And I said, what do we have in the fridge? And he goes, chicken, we got some pasta, we got garlic, and we've got some cream sauce. I'm like, chicken, pasta, garlic, cream sauce. ChatGPT, make me a meal. ChatGPT created an entire meal plus the instructions. And then it said, do you want a picture? I'm like, yeah, I'll have a picture to show my husband what it should look like while I'm teaching, he's making dinner. But you could also like take a picture of what's inside your refrigerator and tell it to create for you even a meal plan or a recipe based on what it sees. Another really cool example, ladies, we were going away for the long weekend with my brother and my sister and brother-in-law. And we had this conversation going back and forth about 10 or 15 minutes about everything that we could have for dinner for the May 24 long weekend. And it was long. So I copied the entire thing out. I put it into ChatGPT and I said, create a meal plan for Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday morning. And based on the conversation of us saying what we could have, what we were going to be doing, watching the hockey game, fireworks, blah, 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 it actually created an entire meal plan for those 7 or 8 meals. And then it said, do you want a shopping list? Yes, I want a shopping list. It produced a shopping list, which I printed and gave to my husband. Hey, babe, go shopping while I finish up work. So, I mean, I'm just giving you a few examples. It's just so powerful, right? I had a friend who created an entire itinerary for her travel to the UK recently using ChatGPT. Now, one of the places she was going to go to for dinner, the pub, was no longer in existence. But other than that, it was pretty bang on. Some of the fares were prices, cabs or buses were a little bit off, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. Okay. What questions did you have for me?
I have one more.
Yes.
Okay. This is not going to be an easy one, and I think I already know the answer. I happen to know that I opened this account in my personal email, and I would like to actually have it open in the Mission Happy Lab Gmail account. There's no way to just switch that over, is it? I have to delete the account and reopen another account.
I don't know. Let's go to the top right-hand corner where we see, it should be like a picture of you or something there.
I'm already in settings and I'm already in account.
Okay, I've never had anyone ask that question or need to do that, but I'm sure there's a way that you could, is there no way to change is there no option?
Yeah, I haven't found one yet. I've been looking for the last couple minutes.
Could you do me a favor? Could you ask ChatGPT how you can change your email account that your ChatGPT account is associated with? Let's see what they say.
All right.
Kathleen, I did that at Christmas time with Canva. I had exactly the same problem. I needed to move from an old email to a new account. And I used the AI thing in Canva to tell me how to do it. It worked really well. So
okay. How can
ChatGPT is really awesome for teaching you how to do things. We're actually like step-by-step guide. It really is cool. You know what? A minute ago, I had you guys go to the top right-hand corner, or I went to the top right-hand corner to the little icon, my icon, to the settings. If you could go there for a moment, I just want to share with you a couple of things that are inside the settings box. Okay, so I don't know if you're there or not, but I'm just going to go ahead and share a few things. The feature I spoke about almost at the very beginning of the class was letting you know that anything we enter, prompts we give it in responses, it puts it into the training database. So it teaches, it can be used for other responses. If you do not want your ChatGPT to be used in the training, your responses and stuff to be used, you're going to go to data controls. So if you can see on the left-hand side, data controls, and it says improve the model for everyone, you can turn it off. Okay, you can turn it off.
Go to settings.
So I'm not sure where you are right now, Rango, top right-hand corner, your little icon. If you click on that and then go to, let me close this so I can get back to where you are.
What would be the concern with allowing it to teach other people, Christine?
Well, sometimes people are worried that the information they put in, like their phone numbers or addresses, that becomes no longer private, right? That goes into the database. If you have kind of like proprietary information, any kind of custom information, obviously I said this earlier, don't use proprietary information in here, or else it could potentially be viewed, seen, or scraped by others who are, accessing the training database. In general, though, I don't think any of us are sharing anything that's hyper confidential, but I do like to show people where to go to turn that off.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Christine, I just went into the connectors and I see all the apps you can connect and my Canva's not connected. So maybe that's why, maybe if I connect it, it'll...
Yes, because remember when you heard Kathleen speak earlier, she said that it's asked you a bunch of questions to make sure that it knows your email address of the Canva account. So go ahead and try that, Kimberly, and see what happens.
Read your user profile. Ooh, okay.
Okay, what else did I want to show you? So we've been working pretty much in one conversation today. I know it's after 9. I'm so sorry. I'm going to be really, really quick. We had a lot of questions and I always have fun with this class, so I always want to answer them fully. But I want to also respect your time. Over here on the left-hand side, you have these conversations. Every time you have a different conversation with a different topic, I would recommend clicking on new chat. so that the questions and answers are all relevant to that particular topic. Does that make sense, everyone? And then you can just bounce back and forth between these conversations. Do you see? As soon as I click on a new conversation or new chat, the whole conversation appears. Yes?
Christine, even though you're doing that, you're still training it. Like if I, like all the information that I just put in with my, like these prompts that you gave us,
yeah.
If I move to another conversation and a new chat, it's still going to remember that information about me. Yes.
Yeah, it still remembers that information about you. Yeah, that it does have.
Clearly, it's smarter than all of us, so I'm sure.
So I want you to look over here on the left-hand side right now. If you can see, I'm over on the panel, and under the chats, like that first chat we created, it probably called it like business inquiry or something like that. But I want you to know that you can hover over top of that chat and you'll see 3 dots. You can click on the 3 dots, and then what you can do is you can rename that. So if that one that you started was about your vision board business, then you can name it vision board. You know, like I have one called MAWB, I have one called 100 Women, I have one called, you know, social media trainer. I have one for each of my clients. So every one of these kind of conversations, I've renamed them. Now, if you created a conversation and it was more of a one-time use and you don't really need it anymore, like what's for dinner tonight kind of thing, you can also delete the conversations. Okay, just get rid of them altogether. The other thing is, I'll just point out to you that there is a way that you can archive the conversation. You know, you don't want to get rid of it. You might need it in the future, but you don't want it on the left-hand side. You can archive it, and then it kind of just goes into the back end, kind of behind the scenes. But you could always bring it back up by unarchiving it. That's just a way to kind of keep this area clean, because it can get pretty cluttered pretty quickly. So far, so good? Okay. One other thing, I'm really sorry. I know, I just want to make sure you see this. Remember earlier I was telling you that there's a plus sign underneath the caption box, the question box, the prompt box. Right beside it, there's something called tools. Okay. What I just want to point out to you is a feature here called search the web. If you turn that feature on, what it will do is it'll go out to the internet searching for its responses from what's in the internet right now today, and it will actually cite where it's getting the response from. So it will give you a hyperlink to the information, basically, or a hyperlink to where the information came from. It'll cite the source for you. So that's pretty cool as well. So if you just wanted to try that, you could type in a question pertaining to your business, and then make sure the search is turned on. When it's in blue, it's turned on, and then it'll actually give you citation where it got that response from. And it'll be hyperlinked, so you can click on the hyperlink and go back to the article.
That's really valuable. Yeah. What's run deep research?
That just makes it think of much more, take longer in its response for it to before it returns a prompt, a response to a prompt. Yeah,
that's valuable.
There's more to it than that, but in essence, what you're telling it to do is, you know, really go out and do more than the on the surface response.
Okay.
So when I'm just wanted to give you a couple of little tips. When I am asking for prompts, I usually tell it to use the tone and style. This is me, not you, but I'm just sharing. I usually tell it to use the tone and style of conversational, casual, empathetic, and authentic. For me, that works. Those are the 4 I like to use: empathetic, authentic, casual, and conversational. That might not be your style. You have to put those in that are your style. I use those all the time. And I find that using those allows me, or the responses, pardon me, to come across as more like just authentic and real and relatable. So I just want you to keep in mind that if you don't like the responses, tell it what you don't like about it so that it can write better. It can write more geared towards how the words would come out of your mouth. Okay, it's really important that we train it properly and keep teaching and training it. I gave you some real good examples today of how to structure your prompts with the whole act as, role, the task, the tone, the output. One of the things you saw at the very last prompt was ask me any questions you need to be able to respond, right? Ask me clarifying questions. That can be quite helpful as well in getting better response. Okay, I think I covered everything that I wanted to make sure you knew for getting yourself started with ChatGPT.
Christine, are you sending us the recording or the slides?
Both.
Both? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
In an email?
That's correct.
Perfect. Thank you.
Have you gotten any of the emails, Kathleen? Because I noticed you were unsubscribed from the MailChimp, so you may not have been getting the. So I was sending some to you through the regular email account to ensure that you got them.
I didn't get any of the stuff from the last LinkedIn one we got. Did you send something out from LinkedIn?
From LinkedIn? Yes, I did. Let me go back. Could I actually send you the link to resubscribe?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I don't know why
helpful.
I'm unsubscribed. That sounds wrong to me.
That's okay. Anyway, if that would be helpful, because then I wouldn't have to remember every time you're in a class to send you separately. But yeah, so short answer is yes, everyone. I will send the recording once it's rendered, and I will compress the not PowerPoint, the Canva file, and send that. And yeah, yes, good.
Can I ask you one question before?
For sure.
How
So
do I make the chat? I go to the three dots. I just see three. It just says archive, report, or delete.
Yours doesn't say rename?
No.
Weird. Are you sure you're clicking on your chat and not something above?
It's my chat.
That is strange. Can you see my screen right now? That's
1 second.
what it should look like when you click on the three dots. Okay, you look for that. If you have any other questions, I'll stick around for a few more minutes. It was an absolute pleasure being with you all this evening. I had so much fun. I hope you got some valuable tips and tricks and strategies, and I hope you feel less afraid of using ChatGPT and you know, more comfortable with just kind of like jumping in and going for it and using the tool. I'm here for you. If you have any other questions after this evening, feel free to send me a PM, DM, or email, and I will do my best to answer your question or send you help files or video tutorials. Until I see you again, everyone, over and out. Been a blast.
Thank
Anybody
you.
who has any questions? can say.
Awesome.
Ranga, did you end up finding the rename or no?
Oh, I couldn't find it. Is it that one on the right on the top?
It's the second option down after share.
1 second. No. I don't see it.
I would just suggest maybe close it and try again. Maybe it just stuck from earlier.
Okay. I'll do that.
It should be there. But great working with you tonight. I hope you enjoyed that.
Really, I
And
really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Good. And I will keep you posted on further programs.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Have a great night.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.